All right. I gotta see if this thing gonna work. You know how it does me. I'm like, you ain't live. We gonna get TikTok tonight too. So I got a weird ass setup. Oh, they say I'm live. Okay. Soul Swami. Let me check YouTube. Glad y'all can join me as always. Give me a second. I might have to say we live on the YouTubes too. So we gonna keep cracking. All right. Here we go. Get rid of that. Open this. Book Club. And then I just got to start the. So I got a weird TikTok set up. And then we good. We're going to go to the desk for a minute. I got a few things to show y'all anyway. I've been updating like a mofo. So you probably was on, most of y'all come to the Tuesday show too. So give me 1 second. All right. We're going to go to the office. If you didn't see the new setup, I just want y'all to see my new sign, man. I'm so excited about it too. See if I can flip this camera around. Y'all should have seen the office. I mean, new setup. It looks like a lot of stuff going on. That plan been giving me hell, but that's my new sign. I love it. I hope you do too. It lights up, of course. Hold on. Let me show you. Blim. That's clutch. So it will join us for Tuesday's show. And then I got some other stuff. Hold on. Let me turn myself around. Oh, I forgot. We came in here to start TikTok too. So, all right. I'm going to get this TikTok going live and then we're going to do our normal thing. I can't do mobile yet. Hell, TikTok don't even let me stream yet. So it's crazy, B. Crazy. So their comments, oh yeah, see, I ain't go live on TikTok yet. I'm just now doing it. Maybe. Okay, cool. All right, so it should show up somewhere. You should see at least the living room. You can't hear me? Oh, if you can't hear me, that sucks ass. I got my mic on. You really can't hear me? Hold on. I don't know. It might be something wrong with my it might be something wrong with my internet. I don't know what you're talking about, so I can't hear. TikTok is gonna have some sound if y'all don't. And that sucks. I might have to restart it. Y'all don't. No, I got sound. It got to be you. Cause I hear sound on Facebook. No, I hear sound on YouTube. And let me check Facebook again. What did I post? No, I don't know. It's you, Shorty. Cause I hear sound. It's sound on YouTube. It's sound on Facebook. So I know it's sound on. I say I'm connected. So boop, 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 boop. All right. So anyway, we're gonna move on. I hope you hear the sound. Yeah, I don't know. Check your check your sound and then come back and say something because all that stuff gone. Because it says I have sound. It says I have sound. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It got to be your speaker because I just checked my Facebook and my YouTube and I can hear myself talking about it. Now, it probably ain't no sound on TikTok because I got to get near the TikTok mic. Yeah, I don't know. You got to check your sound, Shawty, because I promise you I'm getting sound. When I check them, I'm going to check again to make sure I ain't tripping. And they're going to hear me talking. Crazy talk at that too, right? Reconnect. We on the road, so I don't know how this gonna go for us. So check Facebook again. Yeah, no, I got sound, Shawty. I'm about to get this party started. So I appreciate your help. But it definitely says I have sound. So lo siento. But anyway, I got a lot of stuff going on. I want to use my new bowl. So I got me a little sound bowl. A crystal bowl. Let me get my light together. So I got the living room lights. I got to get this light. Hold on. You know, lighting matters. So we're going to do that. I'm going to close this door. I got that going. Turn that down so y'all can listen to me. Because we almost set up. Hope y'all been having a good week. I have. It's been fun. Busy as all out, all get out, or whatever you want to call it. Been hella busy, but definitely a good week. Ultra productive. Glad tomorrow Friday though. I ain't even gonna lie. I've been going through a training on. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I knew it had to be your sound. That's why I said I literally checked all the sites. And you know you be turning off all your signals and all that stuff. You out here just yelling at me talking about I ain't got no sound and it's all types of sound going on. You such a hater. You embarrassing me in front of my friends. So TikTok, I'm glad you can join us. Look how I got to put my mic so TikTok can hear me. And this is crazy because when I use this mic on Tuesdays, man, listen, I checked it out today and it was picking up hella sound. But when I use it on Tuesdays, it definitely does not pick up that much sound at all. But this time it was. So I guess beggars can't be choosers, right? I ain't gonna be the one to judge. But I'm playing sound. People go. It was doing fine. And here I go messing around. What is this? Okay, that soundboard. All right. So this is my new one set to G, I believe. The sound of G, but I love it. It gets super loud too. This one a lot easier to control the sound, so I wanted to get loud. And I can do that. Make it do some weird stuff. I love this. And if you don't know, these sounds are supposed to help your, what is it? Solar plexus, which is pretty much your stomach. So you having gas. This is set to the note of G, which matches your stomach. And it's ultra, 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 ultra. Oh, Trevor, what did you say? Don't tell nobody how bad I rigged it. You see how different TikTok is? Literally. Oh my God. Don't nobody know. I definitely did some rigging. Which ain't that bad because when I set up the new setup, the TV I was using as a monitor is by the door. So all I really had to do is just turn my computer, which is the size of my hand. All I got to do is just turn that around and it gives me all the space I need. I'm about to put this up so we get started. Yeah, so not too bad. Fortunately, oh, TikTok. Oh man, I left my little drum thing, but we'll be all right. We're gonna keep the party going tonight. Oh yeah, I know y'all normally get so much fun. I ain't even show y'all my table too. That's why we can't see the light anymore. You know, we used to always be able to see the little light, but maybe we'll talk about it some other time. All right. We are reading Before I Let Go. I don't even know where we at. Chapter, I don't know. So I'm going to tell you, we are on, what page is this? Page 65, chapter 5, and we are at the beginning with Yasmin. Sensitive. I fold my legs into the lotus position on my mat at the end of the yoga in the park. It's the last Saturday of August and the air is still heavy with humidity. It's Atlanta, so we know it could be in the 90s until October. Can you believe he called me sensitive? I demand, my eyes flicking from Hendrix to Soledad. Me, like Deja skipping class isn't a big deal. Hendrix lies back on her mat, crossing an ankle over one knee, stares up at the canopy of trees, offering shade for our alfresco fitness. I skipped a class or 10 in my day, and I turned out fine. Don't defend her hen. I resecured my ponytail, watching some hair thing instead of going to English. Unacceptable. I agree, Soledad said. I'd freak out if my girl started skipping class. She sits on her knees and bends forwards, curling into her torso, lifting up and pushing her lower body until she's in a perfectly straight handstand, and then spreading her legs into a midair split. Hendrix and I both watched her with jaws dropped. That move was way advanced, and none of us have even attempted it in class yet. What? Soledad asked, head pressed into the mat upside down, eyes darting between the two of us. Okay, so I may have practiced at home a little bit. So do you think it's a big deal, Soul? I asked. You gonna listen to her about what's normal? Hendrix scoffs. The woman who goes for extra credit in yoga. Soledad brings her legs down carefully, returning to a seated position on her mat. I'm just saying, we have to be clear now with our kids about what they can and can't do. By the time they reach high school, it gets away from you fast. Believe me, I watch Euphoria. Man, listen, don't be using TV. Terrence, appreciate you, brother. Glad to have you here for book club, man. We just reading so you can enjoy the reading. Tap in, tap out. We on what we reading? Before I Let Go, Kennedy Ride. I don't know, bro. This book might be triggering for men. So I definitely see how it's setting up to be a tad bit triggering. Where we at? Her arch eyebrows and wide eyes say, that tells her all she needs to know. I don't think we're rehab and cam girls quite yet, I reassure her. You never know. Soledad leans forward and offers in a conspiratorial whisper, Season 1. Anyway, Hendrix shakes her head with a good-natured chuckle. I'm just saying, I don't have a teenager, but I was one. And I was a lot like Deja. The harder my mom pulled the reins, the more I bucked. I'm not saying turn them loose, but maybe loosen up. I force a breath through my nose, not a mindful one, and stand. I'll think about it. I roll my mat and sling it over my shoulder. But the decisions she makes now do affect her future. This is part of a bigger pattern. Her grades failing, talking about not needing college, being a hair influencer. Hendrik stands too and picks up a mat. That wasn't even a thing when we were growing up. It's still not, I tell her out flatly. Not as viable as a career. Folks are actually making a living through social media. Yes, but there's plenty of time to figure out her 10-year plan, Hendrik says dryly. She's in the 8th grade. You're probably right. But between her sads and Josiah's, him being Josiah, my last nerve is barely hanging on. I watch her solo that a mat and bag. You guys got time for brunch? Oh yeah. Hendrix laughs. I was hoping you'd say that. Starving, Soledad said. For once, my Saturday morning isn't stuffed. Inner soccer games is until 3 and Lupe's recital is until 5. Where are we eating? Anywhere but grits. The words slip out before I think not slip them. Is that because your job or because Vashti will be there? Hendricks' eyes narrow. We still need more intel on this little development between her and Josiah. I got nothing. I fall in step with them as we pass through the ornate park gates to exit. But we do think they're fucking right, Hendricks asks. I stumble, almost falling, but Soledad catches my arm and searches my face. You okay? Yeah. My heart still trips at the thought. Of course they could be sleeping together. Like, I give a damn. I'm fine. I don't have any claim on Josiah. We're divorced. He can do whatever and whomever he wants to. I try to make my shrug a casual thing and change the subject to something I hope they'll find more interesting. So brunch? I ask, pulling out my unbothered smile. We haven't tried that new place, Sunnyside. If they watch me a little too closely over our feast of fruit, French toast and omelets, I chose to ignore the question in their eyes. They're questions I don't even want to ask myself. Who am I to object to Josiah finding someone new when I was the one who initiated divorce? They don't know, no one knows besides him and me, how I resisted the idea every step of the way until there were no more steps, only papers to sign. So she was being difficult. Like I said, she was going against everything. It felt like the whole world was resting on my chest every morning, and it was all I can do to get out of bed. The divorce was so hard, but it felt like I released a breath of after it was done. The house was quiet, and yes, I missed Josiah immediately, desperately. But even that new loneliness, there was a kind of relief to only have one thing to save. Not my marriage, but just myself. Well, shit, you blew everything up. I take a healthy gulp of my mimosa, thinking they were stingy with the prosciutto, and glance up to me, Hendricks' probing stare. Okay, I tell her, setting my glass down on the table, none too gently. I know you have questions about Vashti and Josiah, but you can stop looking at me like that. Hendricks opens her mouth to speak, but I hold up a staying hand. I know what you're thinking. That it's natural to possibly resent your ex's new girlfriend. Well, actually, Hen starts, and you're probably thinking, I need to be a mature adult about this. That it's inevitable that a man like Josiah, strong, tall, Freudian slip, strong, tall, dark, handsome, virile, all that. Soledad mumbles, damn. Charismatic, I continue. Driven, for example, will attract beautiful women. I have to get used to it. Right, but Hendrik starts, and I will. I wag a finger at them. I mean, I have. I have gotten used to it already in these 2 days since I learned their Fucking, Hendrik offers, seeing each other. I say at the time, frowning down at the remains of my omelet, so I get it. You can stop looking at me like I might blow at any minute. I wasn't looking at you like that at all, Hendricks asserts, gesturing my face. I was actually looking at that little mustache you got growing on your top lip. My index finger flies to my mouth. Bitch, I laugh. It's just a little straight hair. Kendrick cackles. More like a 5 o'clock shadow. The women in my family, I tell you, we're just a little hairy. My great aunt almost had a full beard when she died. Now I rebuke that in the name of Black Jesus. Horror widens Hendrick's eyes. Was it an open casket? Soledad whispered. Oh my God, I bust out laughing. She was hairy, not decapitated. The three of us fall into fits of giggles, leaning into each other, giddy from food and mimosas and laughter. Sinjay, the owner of Honey Child, recommended this honey-infused hair remover that I love. Soledad offers. It's just a block up. That's perfect, I say. She's doing trivia at Screen on the Green, and I can make sure she's all set. On the walk to Honey Child, a memory slips into my mind. So vibrant, as real as the jangle of wind chimes over the door when we enter the shop. Josiah and I standing at our twin sinks one morning, eyes meeting in the mirror. Him, the grooves and ridges of his bare chest and abs deliciously distracting. Pajama bottoms resting low at his waist, revealing the carved lines of his hips. He was shaven, the rugged jawline, foam coated, and teased me about stray hairs on my lip. He'd held me down on the bed, his razor poised above like he was my barber prepared to shave my face. In those days, anytime we got in their bed, we put it to good use. So it wasn't long before my robe was open, before his head was between my legs, before he was in my mouth, before our hands were desperate and searching everywhere. I hope you love it, Sinjay says, ringing up the lip wax. Oh yeah, I stammer, heat crawling up my neck and over my cheeks. Can't wait to give this a try. Thank you. This is not the time to reminisce about when things were going good, when they were scorchingly perfect. I couldn't imagine them any other way. I couldn't imagine the hows or whys of life's irrational cruelty. I can't go down memory lane. There are stretches of it that hurt too much, yes, but there are miles that felt good. So will that be all? Sinjay asked. Yes, I say as much to myself as to her, determined to rein in my thoughts and stuff away my memories. That will be all. Chapter 6. Josiah. I'm not sure which one of them is happier, I say, watching Kasim and Otis run along the riverbank, both getting liberally splashed. But I should have waited to get my car detailed. All that mud. I got you, Deja grins, patting the small of her back at her feet. I remember the last time and packed a towel. We fist bumped and chuckled as Otis leaps from the frisbee, Kasim through only to land in the water and sink out of sight. He breaks the surface a few seconds later, frisbee gripped between his teeth. Show off, I mutter. You love him, Deja teases. Whatever. I roll my eyes and clear my throat. Oh, maybe I need to get a little closer. I forgot about TikTok. Oh man. I roll my eyes and clear my throat, so mom tells me you're skipping class. What's up with that? Oh my God, Deja groans and presses a hand to her eyes. She keeps making a big deal. It was one period so I could watch an important broadcast. I wish she'd just leave me alone. Yeah, that's not exactly how parenting works. No social media for next week. Dad, no, I've already scheduled posts. Unschedule them. You can take anything else you please, which is exactly why we're taking this. We. Suspicion narrows her eye. Did she just put you up to this? It was my idea. My brows lift a level. of now what? Your mother's not the enemy. She wants what's best for you. We both do. We're not paying tuition for you to goof off at Harrington. Who says I even want to be at Harrington anyway? She mumbles, kicking at the pebble along the rock river. It's one of the top schools in the state, Day. Do well there, and you'll have your pick of colleges. Who says I want that either? College isn't for everyone. I don't get to respond to that because my phone signals an incoming text. Oh yeah, I know it is. So we done been through the sound thing. So this mic don't like to pick up. Maybe I moved around. Maybe I can move it through here. And maybe it'll help if I put it right here instead. We done been through the sound thing 1,000 times. But I feel like I'm gonna get some feedback if I do that. I can't tell. Vashti, hey babe, I'm at the restaurant getting ready for lunch rush. You coming in? Me, yeah, at the river with the kids now. We're leaving soon, but Kasim has soccer at 2. I should be in before the dinner crowd. Anthony's there, right? For so long, I did a little bit of everything at Grits. Now that things have settled and we have an executive chef, a sous chef, and Anthony, a great manager, I wooed from one of Atlanta's top restaurants. I have little room to breathe. Vashti, yes, Anthony's here. Everything's under control. I just want to see you and maybe we can hang after closing. She's dropped a few hints about wanting to spend the night. We haven't been together long, but the attraction is there and I like her a lot. I haven't dated anyone in a really long time, but I do remember this is how relationship progress. I'm a red-blooded male. I want this, don't I? Me. I want to see you too. Yaz is taking the kids after the soccer match. I'll come by then. So Yaz is not coming in? I frown, thumbs hovering over the screen. Despite the tension between Yasmin and me, I'm very clear that our business would not be what it is now had it not been for her ideas and her passion early on. We may not be married anymore, but we're still partners. Me. She probably won't make it in today. You need her? Vashti. No, not at all. It just feels a little awkward now that she knows we're together. I want everything to work. I want us to work. I want things to be right here at Grits, and I just don't want to upset any of that. Am I being silly? Me. No, but you don't have anything to worry about. Vashti. Okay, see you soon. You talking to Tez. You gonna read Tez. Tez gonna start talking to you. Oh God. I stared at the heart. She put a heart sign at the end of the last message for a long seconds before shoving the phone into the pocket of my jeans. It's not even an actual heart, but it gives me pause. I need to be careful with this relationship. I care about Vashti and have no desire to hurt her. I've been upfront that I want to see where this goes, but this is the first relationship since my divorce. I'm not trying to get too serious right now. Was that Vashti? Deja asked, not looking up from her own phone. Yeah, we were just talking about tonight's shift. Come on, Dad. Deja smirks, raising laughing eyes to look at me. Kasim and I figured it out. Figured what out? I play dumb. You. She toggles her head back and forth. Vashti, Dayton. We know. What makes you think that? For one, the way she looks at you. Deja bats her lashes exaggeratedly, like you so fine. I am so fine. I tug one of her braids. Had to be more than that. She's been coming around even more when you guys aren't at work. She shrugs. I don't know. I can just tell you like her. I do. I say, laying the words out with caution. I wasn't sure how you and Seem would feel about it. You okay with me dating someone? Why wouldn't we be? She sucks her teeth. You deserve some happiness after what she put you through. She? Do you mean your mother? Of course. Who could blame you for moving on? Mom went crazy and ruined your whole life. And whoa, 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 whoa. I shake my head and look at her full in the face so she'll understand. Don't ever let me hear you call your mom crazy again. You hear me, Deja Marie? But Dad, she was severely depressed, not crazy. Do you understand? We we lost as a family in that matter of months. Yes, sir. Deja throw Bobs with a deep swallow. Aunt Bird and Henry. Hearing his name turns a screw in my chest. It probably always will. Yeah, I reply, some of the heat draining in my voice too. We all lost Henry. But your mom, she carried him. The same way she carries you and Kasim. And the way she lost him was the inside of my throat burns and I wish I could swallow the words. Wish I could swallow this whole conversation. It's still painful to hear, to talk about. And I realize that I never do. Hell, I never really have. The memory of Yaz, usually bright as a sunbeam, dull, disheveled, perfectly still in the rocker and staring at the wall of Henry's nursery tortures me for a moment. And I'm back there, back in a desperate, despondent, enraged place, not even sure where to direct my fury. Helpless because every day I could feel her slipping away. I knew I was losing her, and there was nothing I could do to hold on. She had to deliver him, Day. I continued, knowing he was already gone, and it was too much. It was so hard. I know, but no buts. If I ever hear you talk about your mother that way again, you'll have to deal with me. I lift her chin so she can't look away. You got that? Her nod is slow and uncertain, and I feel a bit of remorse. Maybe I was harsh with her, but it pisses me off to hear her talk about what Yaz went through, not only dismissively, but with blame. I kiss her forehead to remove some of the sting, and my words play back, defending Yasmin to Deja, trying to understand. There's a voice in the back of my mind wondering if I should have done more of that when I had the chance. Chapter 7. Yasmin. This is the fourth year screening on the green. I grip the mic and smile to the crowd gathered on the lawn of Sky Park. And on behalf of the Skyland Association, I thank you all for coming. Now, before we start our feature, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Sanjay Buchanan, who owns Honey Child right off the square, is coming to do some movie trivia with you. I hand off the mic and step down from the small dais, ready to head toward the spot where Hendrix and Soledad are already camped out. I haven't seen them since brunch last week, and my lips quirk with the beginnings of a grin at the thought of an evening with my girls. So good to see you, Yasmin, Deidre Chadworth says, stopping me with a hand on my shoulder when I've almost reached my friends. Oh, thanks, Deidre. More than once, a well-meaning neighbor stopped by, ringing the doorbell, waiting on the porch with a casserole or a pot of stew. Some days I just ignored them until they went away. Deidre, one of the most persistent ones, hadn't brought any food. Being the owner of our local bookstore Stacks, she always came bearing books. I stocked the new Sarah McLean release. She says, her smile and the wicked glint in her hazel eyes telling me it's a hot one. And the new Beverly Jenkins. I'll try to make it in this week. I touch her arm, speckled with sunspots and decorated with jangling bracelets. And I never thanked you for all the times you came by when I'm not sure how I want to talk about my depression. My philosophy had always been to deal with shit and move on until the thing happened that I just couldn't move on from. It was like waking up every morning on a narrow window ledge and wondering, is today the day I fall? Nope. Might go some cheap. speakers. TikTok got me. I ignore them with them weirdo things. I gotta go to TikTok and make sure I start putting some blocks up. Not TikTok, because I don't know what TikTok talking about. But TikTok, you here? Glad to have you here. We're reading. Twitch. All them T's be throwing me off. Oh, honey, Deidre said, squeezing my hand. I understand. I lost 3 before I had my Charlie. I didn't realize. I'm so sorry, Deidre. 2 were miscarriages, and that was hard enough. But that last one, I recognized the kindred pain flickering in her eyes. Like Henry, he was stillbirth. Unless you've been through it, you don't grasp the powerful horror of that word, stillbirth. Entry into a world that a child has already departed. The paradox of birth and death swaddled in one soundless moment. Not the first slap of the bottom or a cry of new life, but a mother's dirge. A bell that never tolls. I curled into myself in a stir room with starchy white sheets, hot, silent tears, carving grief into my cheeks, sinking through my pores and infecting the marrow. An inescapable pain shut up in my bones. You learn to live with it, you know. Deidre says, sympathy, rare, understanding, and the smile she offers. But anyone who thinks she'll ever get over it hasn't lost what we have. I'm just glad you're still here. Grief is a grind. Now, that's the truth. Grief is a grind. It is the work of breathing and waking and resting and moving through a world that feels emptier. A gaping hole has been torn into your existence, and everyone around you just walks right past like it's not even there. But all you can do is stand and stare. In the still, breathing evening, I blink tears away in return. Deidre smiled. Thank you. And I'll come in this week. By the time I reach Hendrix and Soledad, I'll compose myself, dry eyes, bright smile, firmly in place. At 5'10", sans shoes, and clearing 6 feet in stacked heels, Hendrix wears ripped skinny jeans and cobalt blue halter top, coupled with oversized hoops and gold hair cuffs woven into her braids. You look great, I say, reaching out to touch the silky material of her blouse. Thanks. Lotus Ross has this new plus side line called Mo Better, Hen's Chef Kiss Perfection. Oh, I need to check her stuff out, Soledad says. Yeah, she does have clothes for your little narrow ass too. Hen ducks when Soledad pretends to punch her. Just saying, Mo Better is for Mo Bigger. There may be a lot of things narrow on this body, Soledad slaps her on, but this ass ain't one of them. It takes a few blankets to spread on the grass to accommodate Soledad's entire broad. 3 girls in varying shades of their mother, with physical flashes here and there of Soledad's wretched husband, sprawl on the grass, grabbing and passing food from Soledad's picture-perfect picnic basket. There's quiche Lorraine, Soledad said, and the salad I tossed before we left the house. You'll love it. There's olives and spinach and feta and tomatoes for a pop of color. This vinaigrette, Hendrix says and moans, rolling her eyes in bliss and wielding her fork for emphasis. Oh my God, where'd you get this? Oh, I made it. Soledad shrugs, but a pleased smile lifts the corners of her mouth. My own recipe. Ooh, let me taste. I sit on the blanket by Hendrix and lean forward, mouth open like a little bird. Nah, sugar. Hendrix gives an emphatic shake of her head and nods towards the basket. This is that get your own. It's too good to share. I got you. Soledad says, grinning and passing a plate to me with a vibrant salad and a hunk of quiche. Great job again with this event, by the way. Thanks. I accept the profit plate and go for the salad first. Oh, Saul, this vinaigrette is fantastic. Everything you touch turns delicious. You really need to figure out how to export the Soledad experience. I keep telling her to make stars for a living, Hendrik says, around a mouthful of food. If she let me get a hold of her, I could brand the hell out of her whole life. Soledad passes a sandwich and a bottle of LaCroix to Inez. You're serious, aren't you? Has a heart attack. Hendricks taps her plate with a fork. What do you think I've been saying for the last year, girl? When you ready. Soledad's gaze shifts to her three beautiful daughters, giggling, chatting, tossing down cards in a game of war. She sees them as her greatest privilege, raising them as what she was born to do. Maybe later, Soledad finally replies, slicing into the quiche and passing the plate to Lupe. I don't want to lose focus at this stage. Inez is getting serious about ballet and just started middle school. We all know what a hellscape seventh grade is. Lottie is just really digging in with gymnastics, and we're getting her a new trainer next month. Someone who sent a few girls to the Olympics. Not to be ambitious or anything, Hendricks mumbles loudly enough for only me to hear. I suppress a chuckle and keep my stare trained on Soledad. And Lupe starts high school next year. Soledad continues. Between cheerleading and maybe even modeling, I just, I have no desire to model, Mom. Lupe interjects, lips shining with Soledad's magic vinaigrette. We'll see. Soledad leans forward to whisper to us, you know I've paid much attention to other offers, but a scholar Wilhelmina reached out. Like, who walks away from Wilhelmina? I do, Lupe says over Soledad's hushed comments. She leans forward, pulls the sheath of dark hair away from Soledad's face, and kisses her cheek, leaning her head on her mother's shoulder. Give me a second. Oh, man. I need to put some more ice in there. Where we at? And I get it. The harmony between these three daughters, the quiet confidence each one of them wears so effortlessly, the easy, deep affection between Soledad and her girls, it doesn't just happen. I don't believe you only see this with women who stay home, but I understand Soledad's intentions for her family, for her girls, and I respect it. Is Deja coming, Miss Wade? Lupe asked. Yeah, I swallowed a bit of a bite of the quiche. She and Kasim are coming with their father. I'm sorry again about Lupe looks miserable. My slip up, I would never want to get Deja into trouble. It's fine. I wave a careless hand like the incident didn't spark a huge fight between Deja and me. And you should share when one of your peers is doing something dangerous, Soledad says, her delicate eyebrow knit into a frown. A friend's safety is most important. She skipped English, Lupe says dryly. You make it sound like she was smoking meth or dancing naked down the halls. Mom, you gotta stop watching Euphoria. Exactly. You think TV is gonna but I love those crazy kids so that pouts, amusement glinting in her dark eyes. Here come yours, Yaz. I turn my head and greet Kasim walking swiftly across the lawn towards us. Otis close on his heels. Deja follows at the pace of, do I really have to be here? But even that doesn't dim my spirit. It's the last breath of summer, and I'm back in the groove, working mentally and emotionally stable, healthy in body and spirit, surrounded by friends. The best friends I had, maybe ever. I bring a forkful of quiche to my mouth just as Josiah and Vashti come into sight, trailing behind Deja. Hand in fucking hand. My Zen bubble pops. I try to make Take mindful breaths like my therapist, Dr. Abrams, taught me. I reach for the 4, 7, 8 breathing from yoga class. None of it works. Each breath is chopped up in my lungs and stutters past my lips. It's been almost 2 years. You knew this would happen. You'd find someone else and you'd see them together. It shouldn't bother you this much. Fix your face, Hendrix says from the corner of her mouth. You look like someone just punched you in the gut. I glance from the approaching couple to my friend. She lifts her eyebrows, hands me a glass of rosé. You all right? Yeah, of course. I gulp the cool drink and school my features into the smooth facade of unfazed. I just wasn't prepared to see your ex quite so moved on. Hendrix discreetly glances over my shoulder. Well, get more prepared. They're almost here, and she does not get to see how much it bothers you. Right now, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to find your happy place, go there, and bring a bad bitch back. Got it? I could do that. Bad bitch, bad bitch, bad bitch. The mantra is still chanting in my head by the time Josiah and Vasha reach us. Hey, Josiah greets us all with one word and a cursory glance. Everyone murmurs a response, but I'm not the only one feeling the tension. A few people around us are staring at the family theater playing out on the lawn like it's better than the movie. I know that's right. It is better than the movie. This is high drama for our quaint little neighborhood. It's hot news when the couple's most likely to make it last forever doesn't, and the husband shows up holding another woman's hand. Josiah spread a large blanket in a spot adjacent to ours. Great. A front row seat to Vashti sending Josiah disgusting looks of adoration every 3 seconds. My night can't get any worse. Hi, Mom, Deja draws, sitting at the juncture of two blankets. I spoke too soon. I'm sure Deja will find wildly inventive ways to make this night worse. This quiche is delicious, Soledad, Vasha says before taking a sip of her rosé. Thanks for sharing your dinner. Coming from you, that's high praise, Soledad says, and then sends me a quick look of an apology like she offered shelter to Regina George. Josiah and Vashti doing things as a couple with my kids feel so settled, like they're already this unit completely separate from me, not quite blended. I'm not angry. Josiah and I discussed this, but it will take some time to get used to. Oh, incoming. Hendrix elbows me and pinches Soledad's. Ow, Soledad squawks, rubbing the reddening skin of her arm. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, shoot. What you do that for? Hot white boy alert. Hendrix subtly tips her head towards some spot behind me, heading right for us. I start turning my head. Don't look, damn. Hendrix tapped my thigh. You'll see him when he gets here because it's obvious he's heading for us. Oh, Soledad grins and leans in, closing our little circle to whisper, he's not heading for us. He's heading for Yasmin. At that, I can't help but turn to see who's coming. Mark Lancaster, one of Skyland's most successful developers and newly declared congressional candidate, is crossing the yard with confident steps. You know, I'm volunteering with this campaign, Soledad says, her eyes already twinkling with something wicked. He always manages to bring our conversations around to Yasmin somehow. Speaking of the sewers, how's Yasmin doing? Hendrix cracks up, but sobers quickly. Here he comes. Evening, ladies, Mark says when he reaches us. He nods to Josiah and Kasim and gentlemen. Ready for the movie? We are, Hendrix asks. Why don't you join us? Apparently, the self-appointed host, she pats the empty spot on the blanket beside me. Oh, not obvious at all. Don't mind if I do. Mark eases his tall, fit frame down beside me. He's that Ken doll type of handsome. sort of smooth and plastic with movable parts, blue eyes and blonde hair, even white smile and a little too practiced politician for my taste, but nice enough. There was nothing wrong with Mark, the future congressman, but the faint sterns of my hibernating libido don't make themselves known around him. I glanced surreptitiously at Josiah, who leans back on the palms, muscles ripped, arms stretched behind him, the mint green Lacoste polo shirt straining across his broad chest, contrasting with skin like burnished mahogany. Kasim says something that draws a lazy smile from him, and it flashes across his face. I don't want to examine how stirring I still find my ex-husband. He looks up and catches me watching. I'm good enough at playing things off to know pretending I wasn't looking as is such an amateur move. So I fake a natural smile, waiting for him to return. Josiah is good at many things. Faking isn't one of them. He doesn't smile back, but flickers a narrow glance from me to Mark. I turn back to Mark, my smile a little wider. I may bat my lashes the tiniest bit. It's small of me, but my ex is here with our kids and our damn dog for all the world to see, strolling in here holding hands. So yes, I laugh a little longer and louder when Mark makes jokes that's only slightly funny. I may lean forward an inch to make it easier for him to check out my considerable above the belt assets. I mean, these are the wiles I resort to when backed into a corner. What? You're not backed into no corner? You dealing with the decisions of your choices. It's only one thing to know they're dangerous. Dating. If Hendrix is right, they may be sleeping together already. It just hits different seeing the evidence firsthand of a deepening relationship between Josiah and Vashti. It hits harder. And sometimes I don't handle harder well. Looks like the movie is about to begin, Mark says after a few minutes of small talk and light flirting. I'm out of practice with flirting, but I think I do all right. By the warmth of his smile and the way he is completely focused on me, I'd say maybe even better than all right. Could I talk to you for a second before the movie starts? Mark asked, not waiting for my answer, but extending his hand to help me stand. Oh, sure. I follow him a few feet away, glancing back to Hendrix and Soledad. Both grin encouragingly. If it wouldn't be so obvious, I suspect Hendrix would give me a thumbs up. So maybe I've been a bit too subtle in expressing my interest. Mark says when we reach the edge of the crowd, out of anyone's earshot. It's not the first time he's tried to flirt with me since the divorce. If he thinks he's being subtle, Pearl Harbor was a day at the beach. Subtle? I asked, blanking my expression. What do you mean? I like you, Yasmin. His smile is open and genuine, his eyes earnest, like a lot. I look down at the ground and slide my hands into the pockets of my sundress, suddenly uncomfortable. There's hope in his eyes that I'm sure I deserve. Not because I'm not good enough, but because I don't feel enough. Not for him. Mark, I don't want to hurt you. Why would you hurt me? He tilts his chin with his index finger, holding my eyes with his. I don't want anyone caught in the crossfire between Josiah and me. Though Josiah's not playing the game or pretending he likes Vashti to make me jealous, he likes her. He genuinely wants to be with her. I can't drag Mark into a games I might play to make myself more comfortable with that or what you already doing and why you already divorced because you playing weird emotional games. Um, I haven't dated anyone since my divorce. I finally say, looking at him with complete frankness, and I'm not sure you want to be the first at bat. I'm not ready for anything serious or look, I'm not asking for anything serious. It can be whatever you want. I'm willing to take that risk of first at bat. He rakes an admiring look from my hair in coils and running free tonight, over the full dips and curves of my body, down to the sandals on my feet. I think you're gorgeous, Yasmin. Sexy as hell, smart, a natural leader, kind, you're the total package, and I'd like to get to know you better. The woman that Mark is describing is the before me, the one who could always push through every setback to get the job done, the one who carried everyone else's burdens, barely feeling the extra weight, not the one who imploded, the one who failed and couldn't manage to pull herself up, not the one who hid. It's intoxicating to have someone see me that way again. I felt like I was coming back to myself, but hearing Mark articulate what he sees when he looks at me is boistering. And after how jarring it was to see Josiah and Vashti tonight, it feels good. Okay, I chuckle, flicking an uncertain look at him. So first at bat, he takes my hand, stroking my palm with his thumb. Could be a home run, he teases, dipping his head to catch my eyes and draw a smile from me. Let me get your number. I'll call you and maybe we can do dinner. We exchange numbers. He gives my hand one more gentle squeeze and we head back towards the crowd. I draw a deep breath, steadying my heartbeat. It's not that Mark makes my heart race. I'm honest enough to admit to myself that while he's attractive and charismatic and all the things that a woman would want, I'm just not that into him yet. But the fact that I'm giving him a chance, that I'm giving myself a chance, feels like a new adventure. When for so long, while I recovered, I've played it safe. I don't know if you're giving him a chance. Mark rejoins the group he came with, and I start back to our blankets and blended families, loving how my little crew and Soledad's are all meshed together, how Hendrix has Jaja cracking up about something, and my daughter's face is for once not petulant, but amused and open. And then Vashti and Josiah sitting together a few feet away. With his sharp jawline and broad shoulders, he's a picture of least strength and virility. I know him intimately, know him beneath his clothes, know him beneath the control he imposes on himself. Uh, I've even seen him break from pleasure, fury, agony. I've never realized how someone else knowing him that way, seeing him that way, would affect me. Now I do. Once I've reseated myself on the blanket, the movie begins and everyone falls quiet. Everyone except Hendrix, of course. So what's that about? She whispers close to my ear. Someone had a little forethought to buy popcorn. Bless their hearts. I fix my eyes on the screen, dipping my hand into the popcorn and not answering. Cash, she whispers. What did he want? I turn on her, abandoning all pretense of watching the opening credits. A date. I say more loudly than I intended. A few heads swivel toward us, accompanied by a shh. Soledad scoots closer, leaning in. What are we talking about? She whispers, eyes moving from Hendrix's face to mine. Is she going out with Mark? She should, if only for comparison research. What the fuck? Excuse me. She gives terrible advice. Hendrix laughs. I've only ever loved Blackley. So the brothers is all the dick I know. But I would assume, given the proper girth, length, and velocity, dear Jesus. I mutter, pressing my hand over my mouth to stifle a laugh. Velocity? What does that even mean? You know, Hendrix says, the force of the thrust. That is a blatant misuse of velocity, Soledad shakes her head. But is it though? Hendrix countered, tapping her temple. It's speed and direction of motion. Girl, that's thrust. She does have a point, I admit grudgingly. But I have no intention of finding out about Mark's velocity, especially not on the first date. Are you going out with Mark because Hendrix subtly tilts her head towards Josiah, has her? No. Yes, she is. I wilt under the heat of Hendrix's stare. Okay, Maybe a little. I don't know. I told Mark I'm not ready for anything serious. Mom, Deja whispers out, could you guys be quiet, like for real? The three of us lean into each other like kids, hushing each other, laughing, spilling through our fingers. Even as I get my amusement under control, my gaze slides over to Josiah, lounging nearby, the long lines of his body, even in repose, powerful and compelling. Vashti leans her head on her shoulders and links their hands in her lap. I would have to hold back a snarl. What the actual hell? I have no right to snarl or growl or feel like Vashti is trespassing. I asked for the divorce. I pushed Josiah away. I can't decide. I don't want him. And then that no one should. The cold reality of this truth settles on my chest like a block of ice. And for the rest of the night, it's not easy to laugh. All right, well, that's all for tonight. We're gonna move on. You heard? Yeah, she gives terrible advice. She thinks with her private part way too much. And that might also explain why she's the only one that's single there. So generally, if her thing is like that, she's more than likely emotionally unavailable. So, but she is very much physically available. And people like that could be dangerous because you cannot trick them into thinking that they are emotional available. There's one in every friend group. It's more than one. Ask your friend guys. It's always more than one, at least more than one. Guaranteed. All right, well, TikTok, y'all about to get no sound. And we're gonna go and cut TikTok off with the rest of my friends. Oh well. Kuna Matata. That was fun. I don't know if I want to do all this weirdo shit, setup shit again just for TikTok. Excuse me, they might have to catch us on one of our other sites. Hey, let's see. Did we do good? Okay, I see you talking. Yeah, I know that's right. Thank you. All right, we did pretty good. We had like 100 and something people watching. Only got one follow though. I need some more follows. Boop, boop, boop. Oh no, I got a couple of follows because I got that little goal up there. And I forgot I left the Soul Swami on. That kind of got that. It's kind of hot though, right? Okay. So wait a minute. Ain't no way I seen your Okay, cool. You went to TikTok. Now I was about to say, ain't no way I seen your TikTok comments on the screen. Whoop 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 be doop. All right, let me end that in live. Let's go. That was fun though. Interesting. You can tell I ain't got no lights in here. I'm looking extra chocolate. Oh God, let me cut this light off before I forget it. That thing be playing for days. I'll be in here crack of dawn tomorrow though. At least after I work out. Okay. You say you wish you could make the air horn noises. You know what? I might have uh that air horn noise on my thing. Oh, we can't hear it on this. It's on the not just in the TikTok. So boo doo boo be doo. All right, we did all right. Have 15 likes. So it seems like there's some quality issues with my live. Well, y'all let me know. It'll be all legit. Now that was fun. I'm about to cut all this off And yo, that mirror is dope. And it was funny because I was thinking about getting one of those like scrolling marquee type things. And man, think about that. And then I wound up seeing that. So I was torn because I was looking up neon signs and they can get ridiculously expensive. But wasn't too bad really. I found a good price for them. But when I saw that mirror, I was like, that mirror more my speed. And you get 15 characters, 2 lines. Yeah, 15 characters, 2 lines. So with 15 characters on each line. Oh, my bad. I knew it was something else I forgot to show y'all. Yeah. Hey, that picture is fly too, cuz I ain't even finna. I don't even know if this gonna get it good with all this other stuff I got going on in here. But that picture's hot. Oh man. Boom. Yeah, so I don't know if y'all yeah, TikTok done, so they don't get to see it anyway. So it's everybody else. Yeah. So somebody thought I looked that cool and they sent me that picture. I need to send it to them. I mean, let them know I finally got it on my wall because they sent it to me. I don't even know how long ago, but it was long. Like, I don't even know what it is, but it's long. It was definitely a minute ago. I done had that for a couple of years. Several. Several. Maybe I'm sending y'all out. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe I get a couple of these. I can be like, oh God, I appreciate you. That picture is dope. So give you the full setup, so it's all together now. Since you talk bad about it, and I wish I could get it into the picture a little bit more. No, I can't. So boom, boom, boom. That's a good little setup. And I can change the color of the lights. Oh, I didn't even tell you. I went ham with these scones because they double and they touch and they magnet. And of course, you know I got a remote. Not remote everything. So they shoot lights from the top and bottom. Boop, 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 doop. So I think that's cool. And I can adjust them. And then, oh, I got my feathers too. So I gotta make a handle so I can have my what's his name, um, my feather wand, and I got me a couple of fans too. So when I'm doing some of that Reiki, and you know how I do, I be fanning people's energy away. You say, how many lights do I have now? Enough to light a place of residence. I don't know. How many colored lights do I have? Shit. I don't know. I got my lamps. 1, 2. You see these ring lights? That big white thing in the middle is a light. It's the lights up there. That lamp. All of those. The lights in my bedroom. Oh, I ain't even turning on this. The lamp right there is a light. That's a light. That's a light. I got a couple more on the floor, so I don't know, a bunch. Niggas and flies, I do despise. The more I see, the more I like flies. You dig? You dig? All right. So I got navy blue, black, and some white thing going on. All right. I appreciate y'all. I had a blast. I got TGIF. Well, TGIT, TGI pre-F. And I hope y'all folks have a good weekend and do everything that I would do and more. Yeah, that's it. I might see, we ain't even talk about nothing last Tuesday, so I pretty much got that whole show left to still do. And I ain't tell you, I finally put the curtains up outside. I didn't. So one more thing I'm gonna show you to go with my house. Cause I cheated when I said I put them curtains up for the outdoor theater. I can't help it. I ain't put them up. I just hung them up on. I just hung them up on curtains. I mean on nails and shit like a turd. But this time I actually went ahead and put them up, so it gets nice and let me see. Wow, I actually hung them up there, so it gets nice and protected. So if I wanted to get dark and I want to watch a movie in the daytime, see, boom, boom, boom. And I get a little darkness in here, and we on and popping. And we watch a good movie. And we ain't worried about that now. So that's it. To go with my hammock that you already know what that looked like. Cause yeah, since I posted that video, ain't nobody gave me no break. Talking about I need to get an OnlyFans. And that's funny too, cause after I posted that video, they talk about OnlyFans. That's probably why TikTok came, but not TikTok. You won't call Twitch TikTok. Probably why Twitch was on there talking about take off my clothes. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. You gotta give me some chicken nuggets and French fries. You dig? I likes it all. Man, I guess we'll finish. Well, we won't finish the book, but we'll pick up where we left off next Thursday. I'm in town for a while, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't go to July. July, I start flying again towards the end of July. Now I got Atlanta and DC or something like that. So I'll be out. I'll probably drive to Atlanta again. That wasn't that bad. But I don't think I'm driving to DC. That, yeah, more hours than I want to drive. So, but all right, so you come get some throat work. I'll make you sit outside. Then you do your throat work. We can cool all you need to. But my people, I appreciate your support as always. TikTok, well, TikTok ain't on no more, so fuck them. Excuse me. I will see you Tuesday for our Tuesday show. Peace, family. Peace, soul family. Peace, family. Peace, soul family.